Hey guys, this is Pixel Dan coming to you from preview night at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. I'm over in the Super7 booth and just checking things out. Obviously, something really caught my eye. We've got some new SilverHawks Ultimates over here that are much more inspired by the original animated series, or I'm sorry, the original toy line, the original Kenner toy line. So now we've got Buzzsaw in the green and yellow colors, which is what I loved from the original toy line. You can see Monstar's a little bit of a lighter red over here. But I think the big news that everybody's going to be the most excited about, which is what I saw immediately, we've got fully VAC-metalized SilverHawks over here now, which is kind of unbelievable. Like, I can't believe we're doing this. So I'm looking at it, trying to see if any of the articulation was cut because of the VAC-metal. It does still look like we've got the same joints, the wrists, the elbows. Gosh dang, that VAC-metal is exactly what we wanted, right? Like, that's it right there. Holy cow. Look at Quicksilver. Looking all silver. That is unbelievable. Like, these right here, I mean, honestly, these are the SilverHawks I wanted right here. And they're doing them. If you guys need a comparison, there's the first releases up there, which are more inspired by the animated series. And now we've got these ones inspired by the original toy line. Does say pending licensor approval. So I do have a full walkthrough with Brian scheduled for Friday. So I'll try to get more details on Friday, but I definitely wanted to get this out here now so that you guys can see it because, gosh dang, man. Look at that chrome. That's insane. I can't believe they're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Brian's here now.
Do you know how long it took me to get figures that work in VAC-metal?
So that's what I'm curious about. Like, explain that to me. Like, the articulation and everything's still going to work the same?
It works. You will still have to be slightly gentle with it. You know, you can't go throwing them off the top rope and slinging them across the yard, but it will work. And they do turn, and like, I swapped out all the parts for these. The ones that are on display, we've had now for a month or two. So we've been moving them and swapping out parts. Like, we can go through it in detail later. But
definitely.
They still, it's good. It's good, but you can't go crazy with it. But I don't think anybody that's buying any of the Ultimates is going crazy with it anyways.
Right.
They're not 8 years old trying to make it fly.
I guess, so like I would be worried about like swapping the parts and like flaking and stuff like that. Like, any of it flakes off.
Well, we can talk about it in detail.
Sure.
Things like some of the interior joints, because of the way they're manufactured, you have to, like, you can see it here. When we VAC-metal them, we have to do the entirety of it, including the joint. So the stuff that's inside the joint,
I see it. Yeah,
will come off, but that stuff's not supposed to be there anyway.
Gotcha. Okay, I see it.
In terms of everything else, and then scratching and the joints moving on top of each other, we've tweaked the parts so they're not sliding on top of each other the same way. So if you imagine that if we took the figures that we already had, imagine you shaved off, a couple, thousandths of a millimeter, so now they can pass over each other ever so slightly.
Gotcha.
Without scratching each other. That's part of what's been done.
Dang.
So there's a lot of re-engineering inside it, but it's the same basic parts. But we'll pop it open when you come in here and we'll swap parts.
Okay, that sounds great. Awesome.
And you can move them around and play with them and everything.
Cool.
The only real part you have to, well, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it Friday. Well, Brian, thanks, man. I appreciate the little bit of info.
But it's been a long time in the works.
Man, I love it. This is what I wanted. So I love it. I love to see it, man. So cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to have a deeper walkthrough with Brian on Friday, so stay tuned for that. But there you go. VAC-metalized SilverHawks.
That's right.
Insane.
Totally accurate.
I know. I love the green buzzsaw.
Look at those heads.
The same characters more than once. It's frustrating.
Stay up to date with Pixel Dan at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. Follow Pixel Dan on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Or you can support the channel through Patreon and unlock other exclusive content. Thanks for tuning in to your premier source for all things toys with Pixel Dan. See you again.